guys, so that I can get to know.
Yes, ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Breaking. Okay. Just a second. Huh? Just a second. Uh, Now can you all hear me? I've set it in a different space.
Yes, ma'am,
Now,
you are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
fine. So let's get started, guys, quickly. So, for your just I want to know, you have heard about Excel, not here, by the way. In your school level time only, you must be hearing this particular tool, right? So, why do you think that till now, at this point of time, also, this Excel is so popular? Can you all give me some reasons?
Ma'am, basically hold data
Easy
in
to use.
manipulate data in Excel.
Correct.
Because, ma'am, anyone can make easily a table in the Excel. All of the data they can put it in a form of the table in Excel. So that's why I think everyone is using now.
Easy to use,
Yeah,
ma'am. Can easily use it.
correct.
Easy to store and share the file, easy to store data, and we can share file easily.
Correct. Correct. Very good. So, all of your answers are correct. So, it's used basically because it's the most easiest user interface, right? And it is the most older usage interface that people are using since a long time, and it can hold many data up to it, and also it's a Microsoft product. First of all, that's why you know that all the Microsoft products, always up to date its features every after each and every quarter, might say, if I'm not wrong. So this is first more reason why still it is in so much of relevance in today's world. And secondly, because of its long-term usage features like pivot table, we do all these different kinds of what if analysis, all these things that every tool has its own pros and cons, right? Every tool has its own features. Like if we move forward in our course, we'll be getting to see uh, Power BI, SQL, then Python, Jupyter Notebook. Every tool has its own beauty, right? But Excel is something where each and every job holds its own place. No matter you see in marketing, no matter you see in sales, no matter you see in HR, everywhere you can see this Excel is going on, right? So that is good. And for data management, for data entry purpose, for data organization for purpose, so Excel is preferred to be one of the most traditional way out. Yeah, so that's why it is in use till now. And in the end of the course, during the course time, you'll be getting to see a lot many features that most of you all have not known, but still you'll be learning quite a lot. Some additional features of Microsoft that has been added to Excel, like Power Query, Power Pivot, all these things are added. So these also things you'll be learning. So yeah, these are the relevant reasons why this Excel is still in place in today's world. Now, everyone has at present your Excel version opened up in your system, I believe, right? So today is the first session of Excel, so we are not going very deep inside it, but at least the foundations of Excel you should know. Whether you are known to Excel, you don't know to Excel, but main thing is what are the things that you should know before you go forward and learn the other features of Excel. Okay, so Let me first make you deep dive into this particular navigation of your interface. Let me share my screen first. Okay. Once, today I have just done one more session and came to your session right now. So I just found some place of uh, communication error, that is your network error. So if by chance it happens here also, just let me know beforehand. Today the weather is not good, that might be the reason. But if it's going good, just tell me. Okay. So I've opened my Excel and you can see that Excel is there in front of you. This is the home page of Excel that you can see. In this home page, first thing and foremost thing that you can see is a blank workbook, which is by default is highlighted. Okay. These are the different very short things that you can go ahead and check. So all new different tutorials on 1 or 2 minutes of tutorials is there just to make you all aware that what are the different features that has got added in Excel, right? And this is where we are working today, which is a blank workbook. Okay. First, let's open it up, the blank workbook. Once I click on the blank workbook, you can see an entire new sheet has got opened up. And in Excel, one very interesting thing is that this is not a blank space, or this is not a blank and plain sheet. This whole entire sheet of Excel is in a form of grids, grid lines we call it. So that means like a box-like structure, as you all can see, right? So everywhere where I'm clicking is a box-like structure. But before we go ahead and understand what is this box, let's first understand the whole interface of it. Okay. From the very starting, if I see that at the very top left where my cursor is facing, this is the icon of the application that I've opened, which is Excel. And then here are the things like a very shortcut things like what is to undo, what is to redo. Undo and redo, as you can see that I'm just scrolling in between these two particular arrows. Undo means what? Whatever the last action you have done, you can just revive that location action again. Okay. Save this floppy disk is just like to save this particular file. Okay. And here is written here book 1 Excel. So as of now, by default, whenever you open a new workbook of Excel, you'll be seeing this name only, book 1. Once you save it, then this name will be seen as that particular name that you have saved it. Okay. To the right side of it, as this is my initial, my name is there. Okay. And as because I'm working on my office laptop, so it's on my office account, it's signed in. Then here I have this, my minimize, maximize, and cross. So if you want to minimize your screen, you can just click on minimize. Maximize is to maximize the screen. As of now, it is in a maximize format only. And cross means just to come out of this particular window and switch on to another window. Okay. Here you have this is called the menu bar, the second part that you can see where file, home, insert, draw, everything is written. This is called the menu bar. And each menu is having a set of different features attached to it. Like say if I click on insert, you can see that a different set of features are seen in front of you right now at the top below, right? If I click on home, then another different set of features you can see up right here. So this is called the menu bar and this is called the ribbon bar. Okay. All these are ribbons. Ribbon means what? The features that is attached to this particular menu that you have selected or menu option that you have selected. So this is the menu bar. Each and everything is a menu, data layout, then data, then review, then view, whatever you click on. So its related features will be seen here. Okay. Next to it, you have 3 boxes. Okay. 2 boxes, I mean, not 3. This first box that you can see is called the name box. One very easiest part of Excel is what? Even if you don't remember what is the feature called as in Excel, you can just hover over your mouse to that particular feature. That is, let's say you don't know what is cell styles. Okay, you forgot what is this feature is all about. If you hover over your mouse to this particular cell styles, you'll be getting to see that the meaning of this particular feature is very clearly written. The cell style is nothing but a colorful style is a great way to make important data stand out on the sheet. That is why this particular feature is added and how you can use this feature in your data. You'll get to know its purpose. Okay. So this is one of the very good thing in Excel. Now, for example, I'm taking this particular box. When I hover over my mouse on this particular box, it's showing you what is written here, name box. That is, I can name this particular. Now, this name box is nothing but naming a particular cell. Now, what is a cell? Let's come to it just after a few seconds. This is the name box. And this is the formula bar. Formula bar means what? You know that Excel also is mainly used for its functions and formulas, right? Different functions that it gives to users to use, right? Which helps them to analyze the data better. So that's why we can use various functions here, which is inbuilt in Excel. We can use those particular functions and we can analyze the data the way we are. So to use those particular functions, we can use this formula bar. So it is so huge and so long just because some functions and formulas that we will be using might be a bit longer one, okay? That might not be captured in a particular cell, but it might take a long through. That's why this formula bar is so long here, okay? Next comes your this grids. Now I'm talking about this whole interface. This particular thing is fine, but these are the features. Now, where are we going to work on? Where actually we are going to work on the data? Where we'll be seeing the data or where we'll be writing the data? Everything is done under this particular sheet. This is the sheet, okay? Where it's starting from this particular cell and it's ending up to n number of cells to the right, yeah? And unlimited. Now, what is this cell now? Everything where I'm clicking, it's a box. Now, this box is nothing. This is called a cell. Now, what is a cell? It's a combination of a column and a row. Okay. What is a row? You can see that there is some kind of numbering that is horizontal. That is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are known as rows. And these vertical ones, that is from top to bottom, we call it vertical. So it's numbered as A, B, C, D, E. So all these are letters in columns and all these are numbers in rows. So a intersection of a row and column or a combination of a row and column forms a cell. Like if I just take this particular cell, you can see the cell is highlighted now compared to the rest of the cells inside this particular sheet. So if I'm clicking on this cell name, now this is the name box. The name box is nothing but the name of the cell or the address. Address means where it is located inside this particular sheet or the name of this particular cell. A name of a cell is comprised of the column and the row it is made up of. Okay. First the name of the column, then the name of the row. As you can see, when I'm clicking on this particular cell, it is showing me the name of the cell is what? Or the address of the cell is A2. Why A2? Because as I said, first the name of the column, then the name of the row. Column is A and the row is 2. That's why the intersection of this column and row is this particular cell, which is A2. Similarly, if I go here, then this cell name is E3. Why? Because it is in column A and it is in row number 3. Okay? Understood, guys? What is a cell? What is a row? What is a column?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now comes
Yes,
your
ma'am.
this. Where I'm good. Now you can see here it's written as sheet 1. Okay. Sheet 1 means it is not only that you can only use one sheet in this particular workbook. Now, as I'm mentioning again and again, that what I'm opening is what? Excel workbook, right? What is Excel workbook? Why is this called a workbook? Because a book is consisting of what? Different number of pages? Yes or no? So similarly here also, whenever you open an Excel file, it is generally called an Excel workbook. Why? Because here I can include n number of sheets inside it. Like in this, you can see sheet 1, right? If I click on this plus symbol, then what will happen? Another sheet will get added. If I click on this plus symbol, another sheet will get added and so on. That means I can add n number of sheets. These sheets are like representing the pages inside a book, and collection of all sheets inside this particular file is called a workbook. That's why we call an Excel file as a workbook, because it consists of different sheets. And we can include many more sheets in this particular workbook. Okay. Now, when I talk about this sheet, let's say sheet number 1, what I can do with this particular sheet. First of all, if I just right click on this particular sheet 1, these are the options I can do with this particular sheet. Firstly, I can insert a new sheet just next to it. If I click on insert, I can delete this sheet, which is sheet number 1. I can rename this sheet if I want to rename it as some other name except sheet 1. Let's say I want to rename it as Excel. I can rename this as Excel as well by clicking on rename. I can move or copy this sheet to some other workbook as well. I can protect this sheet. Yes. I can color this sheet as well. Let's say you are doing all different kinds of tasks in all different sheets, right? And once you complete one task, you want to highlight it that, okay, this particular sheet work has been covered. So you want to highlight it that with a specific color. So you can just color this particular tab color is nothing but the sheet color. That is this particular name of the sheet. You can color it just to make sure that you have completed or it is pending, just the way you want to. Yes. Also, you can hide this sheet also. That is, hiding is what? Hiding is not deleting. The difference between delete and hide is what? Delete is completely removing this particular sheet from this particular workbook. It will not be visible again. It is not a part of this workbook. And when I talk about hide, it is part of this workbook, but you will not be able to see it. Okay. So that is the difference between hide and delete. All right. So these are some of the operations you can perform with this particular sheet options that you can see here. All right. Understood, guys? Up to here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm talking about a cell, but we can also conclude it as a range of cells. A single cell is called a cell, or if we can select a particular collection of cells together, this is called a range of cells. That is, from this cell to this cell, I'm selecting all of them together, right? This is called a range. So when I say a range, that means collection of different cells into it, okay? It's not only I can rename a particular cell, I can also rename a list of cells together or a range of cells together also. Now, why this naming convention is so important, you'll get to know once we do any kind of formula and functions in Excel. Yeah, it helps us quite a lot whenever we have to, it stops us from doing any manual task, and it automatically takes the name of this particular cells on which we are going to work on. Yeah. It saves a lot of time and effort. So you'll get to see this. I'll show you by today. All right. But before that, let's come to our next thing, which is what? Entering the data. So every cell is a particular space where I can enter the data. In Excel, I cannot write a whole sentence like a Word file, okay? Or like you write a sentence in your book or wheresoever, right? With a full stop. So it's nothing like that. Whenever we write a thing in Excel, no matter it's a huge line, no matter it's a number, no matter it's a date or something or the other, these things are written in this particular cells. Okay. So if I just write, I'll starting writing some data here. Okay. I'm writing, let's say, a particular number, let's say 10, and I'm writing a particular word, let's say 3. Fine.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Okay. Just a minute. Hold on, guys. Now it is fine, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
So till now, whatever I have told, you all understood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you see, guys, I have written just one particular, data, just normal data I'm entering. How to enter the data, you have already seen. Just select the particular cell where you want to enter the data and just write whatever you want to. Okay. First of all, I'm writing this 10, and second one, I'm writing a particular word known as tree. Can you find some difference between the two? Any difference?
One is numerical and one is, you know,
Correct.
One is a word, right? Consisting of alphabets. That's fine. But can you see anything?
Text and numeric.
number
One
is
is
on the
left
right
side,
side
one
and
is right
the
side.
word tree is on the left side.
Number is right
Correct.
side, one is left side.
This is what I wanted to hear. That is, number is to the right side and word is to the left side. This is why, because by default, whenever we enter any number, it takes to the right alignment. All these things that you are saying, right side, left side, this is called right alignment, and this is called left alignment. Okay. So anything that we enter inside a particular cell is based on the alignment, right, left, or middle, or center. Okay. So by default, whenever we enter any particular number, it always comes to the right side of the cell. And whenever we enter any particular number, letter, or any specified special characters, it comes to the left side of the cell. Okay. Now, how to bring them in middle? We can bring them in middle by applying this following features inside the home menu.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Under the home menu, if I go, these are the features that you can work on to make your data look a bit more good to look at. Okay. You can change the look of your data. To change the look of your data, you can go to this particular features under the home menu. Okay. Let me explain. First of all, if I talk about 10, if you want to put it in the center of the cell, as of now it is in the right? But if I want to put it to the center of the cell, I can just choose from the alignment section. This is the alignment section, as you can see. And if you hover over your mouse, that which is the center align, you get to know. So you can see this is the left align, this is the center aligned, and this is the right align. Okay. So this is how you can change the alignment of any data inside a particular cell. Now I've selected this.
Can't see your hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I can't see your mouse hovering.
You can't see my mouse. Now can you see?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just talking about the alignment. Okay. So this is right aligned as of now, and this is to the left aligned. But if I want to bring both of this to the center of the cells, then what I have to do, I can just use the alignment option here. And here I can select the center align. If I click on the center align, you can see both of them have come under the center of each and every cell. Yeah. So this is called alignment. If I just put it to the left align, both of them will be moving towards the left of the cells. And if I click on right align, both of them will be going to the right of the cells. This is called alignment. That is changing the position of this particular data inside the cell. Okay. Left, center, right. Now let's talk about, I'm just creating a particular small table. Okay. Table is nothing but information about some items. Okay. Table is nothing but a combination of rows and columns together, where we can have the column headings and where we can have the data inside each particular column. Let's say, as you all are students, let me take your example. So I have, let's say, your roll number column. I have your name column. I have your marks column. All right. So roll numbers, let's say I'm just taking any random roll numbers, 1, 2, 3. Here I'm taking some names, let's say A, B, and C. And here I'm entering some marks, let's say 10, 20, and 30. Fine. Now, if I just ignore this two, as of now, just ignore this two. I'm just deleting it. So if I have to, present this particular information to someone of my senior management, let's say I'm a data analyst, I'm working under a team, and I want to present this particular data to my manager or my senior manager. So do you think this data is looking good to be presented to the senior management as of now?
No, it is not organized.
No, ma'am.
No, right? So though all the data is here present, but still it is not looking good to look at, right? So as I said, this home tab, under this home tab, whatever features we can get to see, this all are basically used mainly for organizing the data and for presenting the data in a beautiful way. Okay. So that's what we're going to do now. First of all, if I want to make this entire table look a bit different from the rest of the sheet, then what will I do? I can add some borders to it to make this borders look a bit more darker than the rest of the borders. I can do it, right? So if I have to work on the borders, I'll select the particular set of cells that I want to create a border. So I've selected the entire data which I have created. I will go to this border section now. Under this home tab only, you can see there's a border. So this is called the bottom border. If I go to this down arrow, then I'll get to see all the borders that I can apply to this particular set of cells that I have selected or range of cells that I have selected. So if I click on all borders, that means where here, if I click on all borders, what will happen? Immediately, all the cells which I've selected will have darker border than the rest of the cells of this particular sheet. You can see now this entire cells, range of cells, every cell is having a darker border than the rest of the cells in this particular sheet, right? Now, next thing what I want to do is I want to keep all these headings. All these are headings and all these are data inside it, right? Everything, starting from the heading to the data, everything I want to make it center aligned. That is, everything should be at the center of each and every cell. So I select the entire data. I will go to this alignment again and click on center. Fine. Now all the headings and all the data have come into the center of each and every cell. Secondly, I want to make these headings look a bit more darker than the rest of the data. All this data are looking good, but these headings I want to make a bit more darker. Okay. So what will I do? I'll select all these 3 headings together, and under here, you can see there is 3 things written here. BIU. B means bold. Bold means what? It will look a bit darker than the rest of the data. I means italic. That is a bit slanting towards the left. Okay, as of now, it's looking straight, right? But when I click on I, that means it look a bit more slanting towards the left. And U means underline. That means if you want to underline your this particular selected text, you can use the U. Okay. So I've selected all the 3 headings now. I'll make them a bit darker to look at. So I click on B bold. You can see they are looking darker. Secondly, I want to what? Make a bit more slanting towards the left. I'll click on italic. You can see the difference now. How does it look like? So before this were completely straight. Now it is going a bit slanting towards the left. Now if you want to underline, just click on underline U, and you can see all the 3 headings have got underlined. Yes. If you want to remove any of them, you can just tick it once more. Just tick on underline once more. They'll get removed. If you don't want to make them italic, again, just tick it once more. It will be again coming back to the same format. But I want to keep it as bold, so bold is fine. Okay. Next thing, I also want to change the color of this particular text that I have written. That is the roll number. I want to change the color of this roll number, the name, and the marks. As of now, everything is written in black, but I don't want to write it in black. I want to write it in a different color. So to change the color of the data, yes, not the cell, but the data. So I can select all these 3 cells where I want to change the color of the data. I will go to this text color. Yes. So this is called font color or text color. Font is nothing but the text that you write inside the data, inside the cell. That is called a font. Okay. So here I can change the color of the font. So as of now, I can just go to the down arrow, and here you can see a different palette of colors, right? Whatever color you want to set it for all the 3 headings, names, you can change it. So let's say I'm keeping this color. You can see all the 3 headings have got changed to that particular color that I've chosen, right? Also, if you want to change the color of the cell also, that also you can do. Just next to it, you can see there's a thing called fill color. So if you click on the down arrow of this fill color, again, a different palette of colors you can see. So whatever color you choose, that color will be assigned to the particular cell. Okay. So let's say I'm clicking on this light blue color or this color, let's say pink color. And you can see that the cell color has also got changed to a different color, and the heading text also has gotten changed to a different color. Okay. Now, is it looking good to look at? Can I present this data to my senior management now? Yes. Right. Okay.
If we want to make this data directly into a table, so we can press Ctrl+T also.
Yes. You can press Ctrl+T, or you can just click on this anywhere inside this particular data and go to insert and click on table. That's it. So it will consider the overall data and just have to click on OK. You have to click on my table has headers. So that means what? That this headers will also be considered to be converted as a table, and then just click on OK. So this will be converted as a table. But I'll not taking this particular topic now here, as because you asked, I told you, but this topic will be taught in the 3rd module of your course, okay? Because most people will not know what is a table. So I'll not be confused with that right now. But I hope you got your answer.
Yes,
Yes?
ma'am.
Okay. Now, after this data is looking presentable, now what is my next thing to do is understanding the type of data that is permissible to write inside Excel. That is, what are the different data I can write inside a Excel sheet. Okay. As you can see that two of the data types have already written. Data types means what? The type of data that I'm trying to enter inside Excel worksheet. So first data type that I can enter is what? Number or integer. Okay, number or integer is nothing but all the different kinds of numbers you talk about. It can be a whole number, that is, all these are whole number, right? 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. This will also include any decimal number that is in the form of point, let's say 10.0, 20.55, 30.1. So all these are decimal numbers. Everything can be considered under this particular category. So this is one type of data type. Second type is a text or string. So this is nothing but you already have come to know that all these are text like ABC, yes, or any name or any kind of data that you enter inside a particular column, which is comprising of letters or special characters. Those considers as text or string. Okay. Another data type is what? Date. Another data type is what? Date time. Okay. So date means what? Any particular data which is written in a proper date format. That is date, month, year. Okay. Or any date which is written in a date and time format. That is date, month, year, a space and the time. Okay. That is called date time. So date and date time are the also different types of data types that can be entered in Excel. Okay. Which is recognizable by Excel. And we have one more which is called Boolean data type. Boolean data type is what? Is just like yes, no, true, false. All these are known as Boolean data type, which is having two sides of it. Mostly when you talk about Boolean data type in Excel, we consider it as either true or false. Okay. And date time, date, and text or string or number or integer, all this you have come to know by now, right? So these are the different data types that we have permissible in Excel. That these are the only
Ma'am, you are mute.
Ma'am, you are
Ma'am, you got
Ma'am, voice
muted.
voice. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
just now I'm on mute or whatever I said you have listened.
No,
You got
No,
muted
ma'am.
right like 30 seconds ago.
voice is not on.
What is happening? I don't know. Sorry, guys. Okay, but anyways, I hope these things are clear. Data types I was talking about. So number and integer data type means what? Anything that you write in the form of a number. It can be a whole number that is without any decimal. It can be a decimal number. Yes, anything that is on numbers will come under this particular data type, which is number or integer. Second is text or string. That is anything that is related to special characters like at the rate, underscore, or hash, like this. All these are special characters or all the alphabets A to Z. Okay, these are text or string data type. Date data type are those data type which is written in a particular date format. So like any like date, month, year, or something like that. Date time is another data type used in Excel, which is having a date value also as a time value as well. That is the date as well as the time written together. Then we have Boolean data type. In Boolean data type, basically we have these two things that we can see. One is true and one is false. Okay. So these are the different data types that is supported in Excel. Understood, guys? What is data types?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes.
Now next comes your data formatting. Now whatever we have done here, that is changing the making them a bit darker to look at, changing the cell color, changing the text color, and bringing them to the center, right? This everything that we have done here to change the look of the data, this is called data formatting. Okay. Fine. Now let's talk about number formatting. And then let's talk about date formatting. Fine. Now let's first talk about the number formatting. Number formatting means what? If I want to customize the number based on my own requirement, then this is called number formatting. So let's say I have a normal number, let's say 50. Now this is a normal number, right? Now if I have to look this number in the form of a decimal, then what can I do? I can simply add point and then 00, whatever I want to put it, right? So if I want to add decimal places to it, then I can change this whole number to a decimal number. How? By clicking on this particular number where it is in this particular cell, and under this number palette, this is a number palette, which, as you can see, here I have two options. One is to increase the decimal and one is to decrease the decimal. So here, if you want to increase the decimal and make this from whole number to a decimal number, I can just click on this increase to decimal. Yeah. If you click it once, then one decimal place will come. If you click it two, then two decimal places will come, like this and so on. Okay. So this 50 has got converted to a decimal number, which is 50.00. Okay. If I write another number, let's say 35. Now again, this 35 is a normal number. But if you want to convert this 35 to, let's say, rupees 35, or let's say $35, or let's say any particular currency, then this is also called number formatting. Because why? Because I want to convert this number to a different what? Notation. Yeah. So this number I have converted to a decimal notation. This number I want to convert to a what? Currency notation. Okay. So if I have to change it to different currencies, what I can do, I can select where this particular number is written. I've selected it. Now, under this number palette only, I can go towards this general, where general is written. I can just go to the down arrow here. And from here, I can select, you can see number, currency, accounting, short date, long date. All these are different types of date formatting or the number formatting we can do. But if you don't want to choose from here anything, you can just go to more number formats, where you can customize this particular number in a more better way. Okay. Not with the limited options, but with unlimited options. For this, you can go to more number formats here. Click on it. And here you can see that I have different formats of numbers. One is just a number, normal number. One is if you want to change it to currency, I can click on this currency. As of now, by default, it takes the rupee as the currency. As you can see, the sample here. Sample means nothing but how this output will look if I just select this particular currency thing. So normally it was 35. I just written the number 35. Now the 35 number has changed to rupees 35.00. Yes, you can see the sample here. But if you don't want to keep it in rupees, you want to change it to dollar or pound or to sterling or to yen or whatever currency in the world, you can simply go to this symbol, which is the symbol box, and in the down arrow, you can select the type of different currencies I have in this particular world, across the world. You can see so many different currencies I have, right? So you can select any currency from here. As of now, let's say I want to change this rupees 35 to something like US dollar 35. Okay, so that means $35. I can just simply click on this particular currency, which is dollar English United States. I'll just click on this, and immediately that rupee has got converted to dollar. As you can see, $35.00. As because this is a currency, so by default it takes two decimal places. If you want to keep this decimal places, you can keep it. If you don't want to, then under the decimal places where it is written 2, you can change it to 0 to remove the decimal places. Or you can simply click on the up arrow. Up arrow is used to increase the decimal places. Down arrow is used to decrease the decimal places. If you click on down arrow 2 times, then what will happen? The decimals will go away. As you can see, now that $35.00 has got converted to just $35. Yes. And as of now, if you think that this is the perfect thing that I want, just keep it and just click on OK. Now that 35 that I have written, just a number that has got converted to $35. Okay. Understood what is number formatting, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, one very interesting thing I want to tell you. Let's say I have a number, uh, 29. Okay. Now this number, I want to convert it to percentage. That is 29%. Okay. Now if you see in the number palette itself, I have a percentage symbol written here. You will say that, ma'am, it's so easy. I just have to click on this particular 29 and click on this percent. It will be converted to 29%. But if I click on this 29%, do you think it's showing me 29%, which I want, or is showing the wrong percent?
It is wrong, ma'am.
It's wrong, right? It is not 29%, 29, 100%. Where this 100 has come? Now, when I talk about in Excel, it is understood that when I talk about converting a number to percent, basically it tries to multiply that number into by 100. That is how it converts by default. It converts that number to percentage. That is, here it has converted to percentage by multiplying it by 100. This is what Excel is made up of. Okay, it has been instructed to do this. But if I have to change this 29 number to 29%, I just cannot use like this. Just clicking on this percentage and it gets done. I have to convert that 29 number into a ratio format. What is a ratio format? Ratio format is nothing but, let me leave this. If I write this 29, okay, I want to convert this number into a ratio. I have to divide it by 100. That is 29 divided by 100. How much it will be? 0.29? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So ratio form means what? Ratio means what? Nothing but just divided by 100. Okay. So if I convert this number to a ratio form, let's say 29 divided by 100 comes out to be 0.29. Now first, as I've converted to a ratio format, now when I click on this percentage now, I'll get exactly the percentage I want, which is 29%. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
This is one trick you need to follow every time when you have to convert any set of numbers into percentage. So you have to understand that first you have to convert that to a ratio form, that is divided by 100, then convert that particular number or set of numbers to percentage. That is exactly being followed in Excel. Otherwise, Excel understands that converted to a percentage means what? Anything into 100. That's what it did earlier, right? So this is all about the number formatting that you can do. Now let's talk about the date formatting. Date formatting is nothing but, let's say I have a normal date written. Let's say something like 11/11, then 2011. Now this is a normal date for me, right? So I'm having the date, the month, and the year. But if I want to customize the look of this particular date, that is, I don't want to see this date in this way. I want to have a more detailed version of this particular date. That means I want to see the name of the day, the date, the month, and the year. Yes, but in a different style. Okay. For this, what I can do, I can simply click on this particular cell where the date is written. I can go to this number palette again. And here I'll go to the down arrow. I click on more number formats. And the date is already selected because that was the date only. And here the type of the date you can customize. You can see there are different types of styles of way of writing the date. So you can select from this particular down arrow and you can see these are the different formats in which you can represent that particular date into this particular formats. If I select the last one, which is Wednesday, 14 March 2012, that means what? The name of the day will be shown to me, then the date, then the month will not be shown to me like a month number, but the name of the month along with the year. So this is exactly what I can see here. So that 11/11/2011 that I have written. So if I use this particular style, so that the whole date will be shown me in this particular format, in the sample that you can see. That means 11/11/2011 was Friday. So Friday is written here. Then the date, then the month is written in a name, and then the year. And now when I click on OK, so that 11/11/2011 has got converted into this particular representation. This is called date formatting. Understood, everyone, what is number formatting and date formatting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now let's go to the second sheet. I'll just do one more, some other things that you have to know. So firstly, let's talk about naming a particular cell. Okay. Let's say this A1 cell, because it is in column A and it is row number 1, right? So this cell name is A1. So in the name box, I want to name this particular A1 cell as something like Excel, or any name that you want to. You can name it in the name box and you just click on enter. So next time, whenever you go to again back to your cell A1, in the name box, it will not be shown as A1. You can see it has got changed to Excel. That is the name of the cell that I have written here, right? So you can name a single cell or you can name a range of cells as well. Let's say from cell C1 to C5, this entire range of cells I want to name. Okay. So what will I do? I've selected the entire range of cells from cell C1 to C5. Now here in the name box, I'll name it as C1, 2 or 2, C5. Okay. I click on enter. Okay. So for name, I cannot use a special character, namely writing something like column C. Okay. So you can see this cell C1 to cell C5, this entire range of cells, I have named it as column C. You can see, again, when I click my mouse anywhere inside this particular sheet, again, when I go back to this particular cells, this is cell C1 to C5, again, I see that this entire cell name is C, column C, okay? But if I select just inside it, I'm not selecting the whole C1 to C5, I'm just selecting just C1 to C2. I will not get to see that name, column C, because the column C was named for the entire 5 cells together. But if I just select only 2 cells of it, or if I just select only 4 cells of it, it will not be showing me that particular name, because that name will only appear whenever I select the exact number of cells that I have selected to name them, right? I cannot select half of the cells. It will not show me the name then. Understood? Yes, everyone, what is naming?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why I'm
Got it, ma'am.
okay, why I'm trying to use this name convention of naming a particular cell or naming an entire range of cells? Now let's see what is the reason behind it. For this, you have to understand 2 things, that is called formula and one is called functions. Okay. So formula and functions. So when I talk about formula, that means what? Formula is something which is a expression. Okay, expression is something in a combination of operators. Operators, that means arithmetic operators or logical operators or comparison operators. Arithmetic operators means what? Plus, minus, divide, into. Yes. And comparison operator means what? Greater than, less than, equal to, or whatever, right? So, and with different kinds of numbers that we use, those are the combination of the numbers and these operators forms a formula. Okay. And function is what? Function is nothing but this is something predefined inside Excel. Here we don't have to apply any kind of numbers we have to apply, but you don't have to apply any operators. By itself, it will take the operator symbol and it will work on that. Like if I let's give an example to make you understand the formula and function. If I write some numbers here, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now I'm talking about the formula part now. Okay, only formula, not function. Now if I say I want to take the sum of all these numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By using formula, what I have to do, as I said, formula is what? Consisting of operators and numbers together, right? So here, if I have to get the sum of all these numbers, what will I have to do? I'll go to this particular formula bar. Formula bar is used whenever we try to apply a formula or a function to a list of values. Okay, in that case, I can use the formula bar. And no matter it's a formula or function, every formula or a function starts with an equal sign. If you don't use an equal sign, then this formula or function will not be executed. Every formula and function have to start with an equal sign. So if I have to take the sum of all these values, I have to start in the formula bar with the help of an equal sign. So let's, sorry, 1. Okay. So let's say I want to take the sum of all this. So I'll start with an equal sign. Then I don't have to write 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. I simply have to connect to the cell where 1 is written. That is cell J1. So you can see J1 is written here. Plus J1 is what? Where 1 is written. Again, plus J2 where 2 is written. Plus J3 where 3 is written. Plus J4 where 4 is written. Plus J5 where 5 is written. Last J6. That is, I'm considering all these cells where all the numbers are written, and I'm taking the sum of those numbers. So to take the sum of those numbers, I have to individually select each and every cell and along with the operator that I want to use. That is the plus operator. Now, once I selected everything, I'll just click on enter and I'll get the sum, which is 21. Now 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 comes out to be 21. Now this is using formula. Okay. Now if I use the function to get the same answer, that is 21, that is sum of all these numbers together, I want to apply a function now to get the same output. What will I have to do? Again, let's say in this cell I want to get the answer, or let's say in this cell I want to get the answer. So select this cell where I want to see the output, and here I'll write the function. So as I said, every formula and function should start with an equal sign. I'll be using equal sign, and this time I'll not use any operators. Instead, I'll use a predefined function, which is called sum. Okay, sum is a function that is used to add. You can see the description of the function that I'm using. The description is also written here. What is the sum function? It adds all the numbers in a range of cells, right? So I select this sum function, I click on it. Immediately when I click on the sum function, you can see something is written inside the bracket. That is, this is something that I need to enter to get the output or to get the result. If I don't enter this particular things inside the bracket, I will not get to see the output. So what is there inside the bracket that I need to see? Number 1, comma, number 2, comma, dot, 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 dot. That is those particular numbers for which I want to take the sum of or the total of. So here I don't have to select one by one. I can select altogether all the numbers from 1 to 6 in a single stretch. You can see J1 to J6 is written here because it's starting from J1 ending at J6. This entire range of cells I want to take the sum of. I've selected. Now I'll just close this bracket and click on enter. I get the same value, which is 21. So here this value I used formula, which is this manually, and this is something where I have used a function to get the same answer in just a less of a second. Yes? Understood the difference, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, I was telling that I wanted to tell you why I was using this particular naming range, that is naming a range of cells. That is, here I have named from cells C1 to C5, column C, right? So here if I name this particular range, let's say starting from J1 to J6, I want to name this entire range of cells where these numbers are written as something like num. Okay, just a number name I'm writing num. I'm clicking on enter. That is this entire range. I'm just naming, sorry, this entire range, I'm naming it as num, as you can see in the name box. Now, why I'm using this, as you can see, this 21, how I got it, I got sum of, and I have to drag from 1 to 6 manually. Then only I got my answer as 21, right? But without dragging also, I can do that. But as of now, it is only for 6 rows. If there are 10,000 rows, will it be possible for me to drag all the 10,000 rows? There can be some problem, right, with me. There can be some human error. I might have not have selected some of the data. I might have missed some data, right? So in that case, what is very much comfortable, if I name that entire range of data in a single name, so that that name I can use instead of dragging the whole, selecting the whole data, right? So how can I use this now? As this whole range of cells I've named it as num. Now I'll use the same sum function. I'll use this particular cell to get the answer. I'm clicking on this cell. Now here equals to sum. And this time I'm not dragging anything. I'm just simply writing the name of this range, which is num, as you can see here. I click on num, that's it. And close this bracket and click on enter. I'll get the same answer, which is 21. This time I didn't have to drag it. I simply have to mention the name of this list of numbers for which I want to take the sum of. Yes? Understood why this particular naming convention is now required?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's 9:05. So as we have invested 1 hour, so let's take a 5 minutes of break and then let's come back again after 9:10. Is it okay? Five,
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
5 minutes
ma'am.
or
Okay,
10
ma'am.
minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
10.
5 minutes.
Uh, five. You're saying.
Yes, ma'am. 5 minutes.
Okay. Let's take a break of 5 minutes. Okay, we'll sharp join it. It's already 9:06, so let's join it 9:08, 9:11. Okay. Okay, guys. So you all are back.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Okay. So let us continue now where we have stopped. Till now, whatever I made you all understand, I hope you all have got it, right? So these are some basic tips and tricks that you need to understand when you work on Excel, right? Yeah. So now let's come to some more interesting things that we can do in Excel. The first thing that I want to talk to you is about how to wrap a text or how to merge a text. Okay. So let us go ahead. Let me write a particular I love teaching Excel. Let's say. Okay. I love teaching Excel. Now this particular line, can you see, is it fitting in one particular cell or it is overflowing out of the cell?
Overflow.
It's overflowing, right? It is not fitting here. Now, there is two ways of fitting this particular line in this particular cell. First way is what? I can just drag this particular F column and a bit more so that I can fit this entire line in this particular cell. And the cell will look now a bit more longer. Yes, can you see? This is one way of doing it. The second way is if I don't want to adjust the width of this particular cell, I just want to keep this cell size just the way the other cells are. I want to fit this particular text vertically, okay? Not lengthwise, but by height wise, I want to fit this particular cell. Then that is called a wrap text. That is by clicking on this particular cell where this entire text is written. Now I have to go under the home tab. If you go, there is a thing called wrap text. This is called a wrap text. The one that you can see here where my cursor is placing. When I just click on it, you can see this whole line has got fitted under this particular cell, but the cell has more wider than the rest of the cells. The entire row has got wider. So because it has to fit in, so now this cell is got widen up. If I go for wrap text and if I just drag it this particular column to the right side, so it will be more in a lengthwise, it will be elongated. Okay, this is breadthwise, this is lengthwise. So this is called a wrap text if you want to enclose a particular longer line into a single cell. Understood what is a wrap text, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next thing is about merge and center. Merge and center means what? Merge means join. Okay. So let's say I'm writing here a particular letter or line. Let's say data science. Or what I'm writing here. Now this data science that I've written here, I don't want to keep it just for this particular cell. I want to use these three cells. Let's say this cell, and this. In between these cells, I want to see this word data science. That is, this three cells should be merged as a single cell. As of now, this is a single cell, this is a single cell, this is a single cell, right? I want to join these three cells together into one cell, and the cell will be, and this whole thing will be just a single cell, and this data science word will come at the very center of this particular cell. Now, how can I do this? I selected this all the cells which I want to join, and then I'll go for this merge and center. Just next to wrap text, down if you see, it's written here merge and center. When I click on merge and center here, immediately you can see this three cells has got combined as one cell, and the cell is looking now a bit more bigger, right? Because it is a combination of three cells, and the word data science has come to exactly to the center of this particular long cell. Understood? What is merchant center?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
fine. Now, I'm writing some names here. Let's say Rohit, then Tanvi, then Mohit, then what? Suresh, then again Ram. Okay, then I have what? Um, Manya. Okay, and Manvi. Fine. These are some names I have. And just next to it, I have some numbers. Let's say 100, 150, then 70, then 88, then 500, then 670, then 900. Okay. So these are some names and these are some numbers. Okay. Now it can be possible in some cases where your manager is asking you to highlight some particular cells. Okay, that is from this particular column where all the names are written. I want to highlight some cells, let's say. Okay, so what is that cells I want to highlight? I want to highlight those cells whose name, okay, has starting with the letter M, let's say. Okay, or there is M in any of the letter. So in that case, I want to highlight those cells where M is mentioned in any of these particular names. Not all the names, only those names where M is mentioned. Okay. So in that case, what will I do? Just a second, guys. Just a minute. Okay. So I was saying that from this particular list of names, I want to highlight those particular cells where the letter M is written, right? So what will I do? I will go select this entire range of names, and under home tab, I have this conditional formatting. Just a second, guys. Hmm, one second, one second. Okay, guys, sorry, I just had some work. So I've selected the range of names which I want to highlight, right? Then under the home tab, I will go to conditional formatting. So we have done data formatting, we have done data formatting, we have done number formatting, we have done date formatting, right? So here we are talking about conditional formatting. Now this formatting is nothing, but we are going to format, or we are going to change the look of those particular data based on some conditions. That is why it is called conditional formatting. What data? The data that we have already selected. Within this data, I want to change the look of those data based on some conditions. Okay. So I'll go for conditional formatting. Once I click on the down arrow of conditional formatting, so there are many ways of doing highlighting. Okay. So one is highlight cell rules, one is top bottom rules, one is data bars, color cells, icon sets. So all these things you'll be learning in your sessions, recorded sessions. But I just want to show you, let's say I want to highlight those particular cells, as I said, whose name has the letter M in it, right? So I'll go for highlight cell rules, and under here I'll choose the one that's suiting that particular requirement, which is text that contains, because all these names are what? Text data type. So text that contains what? M, letter M. Okay, that's it. And how I want to show that particular cells in which color, that you can select from this particular down arrow. So there are some default options that you can see: red text, light red fill, green fill with green dark text. All these different things I have. So let's say those particular names which is having the letter M, I want to highlight them with say yellow fill with dark yellow text. That is, the text color will be dark yellow and the cell colors will be light yellow. So I'll click on this next option. I'll click on OK. Now you can see that only those names are highlighted by yellow color, which is having the letter M in it. Understood, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this is the text data which I have done conditional formatting. I can also do conditional formatting on numbers as well. So here also I have different numbers, as you can see. So from all this collection of numbers, I just want to highlight only those particular numbers which is, let's say, greater than 500. Okay. So in this case, what will I do? I'll again select those particular range of numbers. I'll go to conditional formatting. This time again I'll go for highlight cell rules. But again, as this is a number, not a text, so any number which I want to make some conditions, I always have to select this particular comparison operator, right? Greater than, less than, between, equal to. In this case, I'll select greater than, because why? I want to highlight those cells which is greater than 500. So here I have to mention greater than which number? 500. And how I want to make them look like, I can again select from here. Let's say this time I want to do this one, green fill with dark green text. If you don't want to select anything from here, just click on custom format. Again, you'll get a list of different colors you can see here under the fill option. So it's again your choice how you want to do it. Let's say I want to fill those with green color. I select this green and I'll click on OK. So as you can see that from this entire range of numbers, only 2 numbers has got highlighted in green, because those has fulfilled the condition which was what? Greater than 500. So these are the 2 numbers which is fulfilling the condition. So those 2 are highlighted. Understood now what is conditional formatting?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You can do
ma'am.
it in, you can do it with letters also, I mean text data also, as well as number data also. Okay. Now let's talk about another very interesting thing. Okay, let's take a different sheet here. Let me name here name and let me name here marks. Okay. So under the name column, 1 second, huh? Ah. Under the name column, let's say I want to only restrict. Now, there is one more feature other than conditional formatting that I want to tell you in this session, which is called data validation. Okay, let's talk about the marks thing only. There'll be more. Okay. So I have a marks column. The heading is written here, marks. And here under this particular cells, let's say I'm highlighting some cells here under the marks column up to this cells. Okay. I'm highlighting this in all borders. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to apply a feature here in this particular cells, only in this particular cells which I've highlighted as data validation. What does this particular feature do? This feature is basically used when we have to restrict the right data. Okay. That is, let's say I'm entering some values here. I'm entering some marks here, let's say 100. and somebody is marking here as 1000. Okay, somebody by by mistake has put in here 1 lakh. Okay, like this. So what this data validation will do, it will restrict the wrong entry of information under the particular column. One, it should be 0 to 100. If any
Ma'am, your voice is
of
breaking
100,
again.
my voice is breaking. Acha. Can you hear my voice now? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I will turn off camera. I believe that will be fine. Taking much better band. Okay. Now
Yes, ma'am. Now
what I
clear.
was saying, now clear, no? So I was talking about data validation. So it basically used to restrict your data. Any incorrect data I cannot enter just like that. Okay. So here, as I said, that in the marks column, here I want all the marks to be entered in this particular cells from 0 to 100. Any marks which is written above 100 or below 0 will not be considered or entered inside this particular cells. It will restrict to use that particular or enter that particular data here. That is called data validation. Okay, so data validation is kind of a data security. Okay, so that no any invalid data is entered by mistake inside that particular range of cells. Now, how to do this? Basically, I have to select this entire range of cells where I want to apply this data validation. So I've selected this entire cells where I want to apply. Now, under the data menu, I have this thing called data validation. This is the data validation. Okay. Under the data menu, I have this data validation. So I'll click on the down arrow here under data validation. I'll click on data validation. So what I want to do, I want to what? Allow what? Any value? No. I want to allow what? Whole number or decimal number or list or date or time or text or what? I want to enter whole number, right? In this particular range of cells. I select whole number, and what I want to restrict it, minimum value should be 0 and maximum value will be 100. That is, within this particular range of numbers only, user can enter the data. If anybody enters data other than this, they will not be able to enter. Okay. So this is the range of cells I've set. Yeah. And this is the range of values I want to keep it for this entire set of cells. Now I have another two things, which is called input message and error alert. Input message is what? That whenever any person wants to input any data in any of this particular cell, he will be seeing a particular information or message written. So let me write here. In the title, I'll be writing here Udita, my name. And in the input message, I'll be writing like, please enter any number between 0 and 100. So this is the input message. That is, anybody who will be entering any data in this particular cells will be seeing this particular message. Yeah. Now, error alert. Error alert means what? Anybody who doesn't see the message, who overlooks or ignores the message, then he will be showing this particular error alert. That is, I have three different styles of error. Stop, warning, information. So stop is this cross, warning is the yellow sign, and information is that blue color. Okay. So whatever you want to. Let's say I'm putting this stop, and here I'm writing the title again, alert. And what is the error message? Please enter valid number. Okay. So whenever any person tries to input a wrong input, then he will be showing this particular error message, which is please enter valid number. Okay. And this is the input message that whenever he tries to input any number, this message will be reflected before that. Then he'll read this particular message and then he will input the particular number. Now I'll just click on OK once I've done all the 3 settings, and then I'll just click on OK. Now can you see, guys, whenever I click on any of this particular cell, this particular input message is coming? Yes? Can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now in this cell, if I just write something like 90, it will get entered because it is valid number, because it is between 0 and 100. But if somebody ignores this particular message and he tries to write anything like 1000. So can you see, this is the error alert that I have set, which is please enter a valid number with a cross. Yeah, that is exactly. Now with this, he can retry to write correct. If I click on retry, then I can get one more chance to write the correct data. If I write here, let's say 99, then I can correct it. Yes. And if I enter just valid number, the valid number is valid number only, right? But again, if I just write something other than that, let's say 200, again, this error message will come. It will be entered, but with an alert message. And here by reading this, I can try to again, re-enter the correct number. So instead of 200, if I write here 20, then it will be sorted. Understood what is data validation, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there is one thing, let's say I have some names here. Let's say Janet, Jose, okay. Tanvi Sharma. Then we have Mohit, Raina. Then we have what? Mir Khan. Okay. So let's say I have 4 names here. And this 4 names has what? Their first name and their last name, right? Now, by chance, any chance, I just want to separate this names. Let's say Janet, Jose. I just want to separate Janet in one column, Jose in another column. That is, I want to split this entire full name into first name and last name in different columns. Okay. How can I do this? I select the entire data which I want to do. And under the data, I can go to text to columns. Okay, so this is a text now. I want to divide this text into different columns. That's why this particular feature is known as text to columns. Okay, I'll go to data. Under the data, I have text to columns. I'll select the data first, then data, then text to columns. Now delimiter. Delimiter is what? Delimited means anything, any special character which separates one text from another text. In this case, the special character is what? A space. Space is also considered as a character. Okay. So space, hyphen, then question mark, then hashtag, then underscore, yes, at the rate. All these are known as special characters. So delimiter is something that is a special character that divides one part of the text from another. So here I select the delimiter and I'll just click on next. What is the delimiter here? Delimiter is space. I'll click on space. And then you can see the data preview. That is, after including this text to column, selecting the space delimiter, this is how I will get to see my data. As of now, Janet, Jose, Tanvi Sharma, Mohit Raina, Mir Khan, everything is written under one column. Now all the names will be separated in 2 columns. One column will be based on all the first names and one column will be based on all the last names. You can see the preview here. I click on next. Now where you want to see this particular data, that is splitting in G and H column. So it's in G2 by default, which is this particular cell G2. Here only I want to split it, right? So that's it. I'll click on finish. Now can you see that all the first names are split in one column and the last names are split in another column? This is called text to column. Okay, guys? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as today's the introduction class, I'll not go very deep inside it. And whatever I have told you, these are the basic necessities that you have to understand before you go into your Excel study. So this is all actually I wanted you all to learn and you all to know. Now you can continue with the learning of your Excel. Okay. So please keep these tricks in your mind and understand the basics of it, whatever I've said. And now please carry on with your Excel study. Okay. That's all for today, guys.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Good
you, ma'am.
night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.